So just so you know, we are going to read a book. It's not big. It's just something small.
Something small.
So relax. Call the others and tell them that they should come and sit down. I'll read a book and they're there by the fireside.
All right. Let's speak to Peter Sedufia. He's CEO of Old Films Production. And Peter Sedufia is a movie producer and director, joining us now on Daybreak Hitz. Good morning, Peter. Good morning, Peter.
Good morning, Kwame.
How are you doing?
I'm good, bro. How are you doing?
We're also doing well here. Are you in Ghana?
Yes, I am in Ghana.
You know,
I'm a Ghanaian.
You know,
I'm a Ghanaian, so I'm always in Ghana.
You know why I asked that, right?
You are trying to be mischievous, Kwame. We are there inside. There's nowhere to go.
Is you?
Yeah.
All right, Peter.
And my condolences to you too.
Yeah.
We are mourning. Ghana is mourning.
Ghana is mourning. Yes, Ghana is mourning. Yeah, to all Ghanaians. Yeah. All right, this morning we're talking collaborations, and we know you've done a number of them within Ghana, outside of Ghana. How important it is for filmmakers to collaborate?
That's a good question, Kwame. Collaboration is more or less like an immune system booster or a strength booster. Take it for instance, if you have a film that is going to cost like 1 million Ghana cedis, I'm just giving an example, and you have to do it independently, like solely. That means you have to raise a capital of about 1 million Ghana cedis. And so, say I meet Kwame Dazi and I say, Kwame, I can only let's collaborate on this project. So we come up with the budget and it's 1 million. Kwame says, okay, I'll bring 500,000. You also bring 500,000. That means that we've joined resources to achieve that 1 million. Take a situation where Kwame has a level of following, about say 2 million people follow Kwame in terms of his work and engagement. And Peter also has about 1.5 million people following him in terms of engagement, like his audience. If you add those two, we have 3.5 people to sell our movie to. And that is a huge number. Whereas, if I did it alone, I would be selling it to a 1.5 million audience share. That's what I have. And if you also did it alone, you'd be sharing it with 2 million audience share. That is what you have. And so it means that the moment you collaborate, you get to even tap into a bigger market. You understand? And also look at this from a situation where you finish the movie and you make, say, you spend 1 million, you make, say, 800,000. Yes, it's a loss, but now you are not losing on 1 million. It's a shared loss. So Kwame also loses some, I also lose some. And then the remaining that I have of my 1 million I probably had in my account, of which I use 500,000 to collaborate with Kwame. I still have that 500,000 in my account to turn myself around until whatever Kwame and I invested our money in is ready to make back the dividends that we expect from it. And so that's how you need to look at collaboration. That it minimizes your risk and also it minimizes your risk and also expand your market share. And it's not solely about I own this project, it belongs to me alone and I am the brain behind it, and so I want to have it all to myself and enjoy all the goodies that come with it. No, it goes beyond that. And when you lift it a notch higher to an international collaboration, it means that you are going to now be serving an audience base that is dominant in Ghana, and then an audience base that is probably based in Nigeria or South Africa or France and things like that. So that in the future, if you have other projects that probably I didn't collaborate with Kwame Dazo, who is probably a Nigerian on, but someone from Uganda is my next collaborative person, I still have an audience in Nigeria based on the previous collaboration I did. And so I can now sell to a market in Ghana, Nigeria, and probably my new collaboration of maybe Tanzania. And so collaboration opens up the market for you, opens up your audience base for you to tap into more revenues from across the continent and beyond.
Personally, what collaborations have you done? I mean, the local ones in Ghana, your collaborations with other Ghanaian filmmakers.
Yes, in 2019, I collaborated with Kofi Asamoah, Kofa's Media. We did our way back together, and it's that collaboration that I even used to make the classical example I gave earlier. And ideally, if that film at the time we spent about close to 500,000 Ghana cedi. You know, I don't mind mentioning figure. I'm one person that people will know that I want to.
And I love you for that.
Yes, we are free to speak about figures, free to talk about how much we earn, and then because that is what the investors want to know about, hiding them will not stop anybody. So we spent about like say 500,000 on that project, and I had to bring half of it. He also had to bring half of it. Ideally, my project that I have done, if I were to be funding it alone, I would have been raising all that 500,000. You know my point. And Kofi Asamoah has done good films in the industry and has a very huge audience share.
Yeah.
And so we started to put the two audiences together to have a bigger impact. So his 50% and my 50%. Of course, when we merged, because people knew the power we are bringing as a result of the collaboration, we had other sponsors also coming on board and giving us money and stuff like that. That's also one thing that we benefited as a result of the collaboration, because okay, Peter has his own audience which is already big. Professor also has his audience that is very big. The two of them joining forces is going to be even bigger market. So why don't we tap into this bigger market that they are going to show their films so that we could also have a chance to expose our brands and things like that. And that is what happened. So we also had a chance to have some financing from brands, which also lowered our investment in terms of personal investment. So we put these things together, and it's the pressure on our finances was not felt that much because of the collaboration. And when the money started coming, we shared it in that equal measure. You get my point? And that has been very, very helpful to me. So since 2019, every project I've brought out has been collaboration. Like when I did All Over in 2020, I had a collaboration with Gravel Road Distribution in South Africa. I had a collaboration with Canal Plus in France. And recently, when I released One Night Guest 2024, I also did collaboration. I had a collaboration with Sozo Films Nigeria, Gravel Road Distribution South Africa, Gravel Road Studios South Africa, Canal Plus France. And so now it keeps going. So I'm sure my next project I'll even open it wider because I realize the impact or the importance of the collaboration and how it lowers my risk and opens up my market.
There is something you said about you shooting One Night Guest in Nigeria. You said it was cheaper.
Yes, it was cheaper.
It was cheaper shooting that movie in Nigeria than it would have cost you in Ghana.
Yes, certainly. I mean, economy of scales, you know. The market is big over there, so people are tapping into it. People are investing in it. So you would have a lot of rental houses owning equipment, and so if you go to A and they are too expensive, you go to D, like they are readily there. You don't have to look so far to find them, and so that also forced people to reduce their prices. So it makes it a bit competitive. The pricing is quite competitive over there. Whereas in Ghana, people that have access to this gadget equipment that we use for film are very limited, especially the sophisticated one. The few that have it are afraid that when they give it to you, you are going to mess it up. And when you mess it up, they need to raise money to buy another one or to fix it. So they have to make sure that their charges in terms of rental are commensurate with the risk that it possibly could come with. So it's quite high. Those times, like for instance, I made an example even that an Arri Alexa I was renting in Ghana at the time was like $1,500 per day, whereas in Nigeria that same camera was costing me $200 per day. You get the disparity.
Yeah.
It's because a lot of people in Nigeria have that equipment, so they have it in great and upgrade. So if you don't get it here for cheap, you can move to the next person. But Ghana, you probably have only 2 or 3 people owning it, and they are very reluctant to give it out. So if you want me to give it out, then you have to pay this amount for it. You don't have any option, and you go for it that way. And it's so with a lot of other equipment because there are not many people not many people having it, so people end up overpricing them as compared to Nigeria. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The only thing that cost me a lot, an arm and a leg, which I knew that if I were in Ghana, I would have gotten for less, was the house that we rented. Like they were charging it like 20,000, 2 million naira. At that time, the currency was quite. Yeah, they were charging it like 20,000 per day for that house. I didn't understand that, but I'm sure whoever went to negotiate it told them that it's an international production, and so they were not willing to budge and come down with it. But that I felt someone didn't communicate something well. That is why someone is trying to take advantage of a foreigner. But other than that, everything else was comparatively cheaper than Ghana.
Peter, okay, good one. Before you go, we have what we call the Shoot in Ghana campaign, which was launched by the NFA. Do you think the high price of shooting in Ghana could be a disincentive to that campaign?
Yes, I mean, recently we traveled to Nigeria where my wife was trying to do some interviews, ask people some questions in Nigeria, and one of the ladies said she loves Ghana, beautiful locations and stuff like that. She would love to shoot in Ghana any day if the prices were cheaper, if the cost of production in Ghana was kind of cheaper here. She would have loved to shoot all her movies in Ghana and things. And she asked this question unprovoked. Like, she didn't ask her, why are you not shooting in Ghana? No, it was a different conversation and what she feels about Ghana. And she started talking about how beautiful Ghana is and talking about the locations. And then she had to bring that caveat about if not for the cost of production in the country, she would have loved to shoot all her movies in Ghana and blah, blah, blah. So it was like, okay, that it's not a thing that just Ghanaians know. I think people from outside Ghana also have that feeling. People that are willing to change an environment. You know, some Nigerians want to, okay, I know Ghana is expensive, but I want to change this particular thing, this particular aspect of the film. I want to change environment. I want people to see a new space. So I want to go to Ghana. So they bear the cost and then come and do that. But it's not like an everyday go to film location for a lot of people who have other options. For us, Ghana is all we have, so that's our only option. So we have to
exactly.
And the good thing is that we can use some places for almost free. Whereas foreigners may not be able to do that.
That's it.
They need to take permission and everything. So by in the cost of taking the permission, then the price tag begins to come up, and then they're like, okay, it's quite expensive and things like that. So yeah, that's also a very huge contributing factor.
Thank you very much, Peter Sedufia, CEO of Old Film Productions. He is a film producer and director. Thanks so much for your time this morning.
This is Hitz.